Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe my channel. The scent of freshly brewed coffee and the low hum of a live studio audience were the twin anchors of Mark's morning. From his designated chair in the control room, he watched his wife, Clara, work her magic. On the other side of the glass, she was a whirlwind of energy, her laughter echoing through his headset as she bantered with a flustered baker about the merits of salted caramel. Mark smiled, a private, quiet thing meant only for her. He was her rock, her first reader for every monologue, the man who still packed a note in her lunchbox. Their marriage was his proudest achievement, far more than any business deal he'd ever closed. Then the segment took a sharp turn. The guest was a celebrity relationship coach, a man with overly white teeth and a penchant for drama. "So, Clara," the man said, leaning in with a conspiratorial mink, "a woman of your passion, your drive, surely marriage can become a bit routine? The spark must need constant fanning. Any secret regrets, moments you thought, what if I'd flown solo?" It was a standard, if clumsy, talk show question. Mark had heard 1,000 variations, but today, Clara decided to play along with more fire than usual. "Oh, you have no idea," she laughed, a little too brightly. "There are days. Mark is the most patient man on the planet, but let me tell you, the man cannot load a dishwasher to save his life. It's a war of wills. Sometimes I look at him and think, that's it. I'm getting my own apartment. Just a little studio where the towels stay folded." The audience roared with knowing laughter. The co-host chuckled and added, "See, even the great ones think about escape." Mark's smile tightened. He knew it was a joke. He knew his wife adored him. But the word apartment hung in the air, an ugly, foreign concept. The public easy-breezy tone of it all felt like a betrayal. The carefully stacked life they had built together was being presented as a sitcom punchline. The control room crew, sensing a viral moment, egged her on. In his ear, "She's on a roll, Mark. This is gold." Gold. It felt like lead in his stomach. He didn't say a word for the rest of the show. When the live sign flickered off, the usual post-show relief was replaced by a thick silence. Clara burst into the control room, her face flushed with adrenaline. "Did you hear that? The bit about the dishwasher? They loved it." She stopped when she saw his face. "Mark? Honey, what's wrong?" "The apartment," he said, his voice dangerously calm. That was a new one. Her face fell. "Mark, it was a joke. You know that. It's what I do." "Do you?" he asked, standing up and gathering his things. "Do you have to joke about leaving me? About our life being so burdensome you need an escape plan?" The lividity wasn't a hot, shouting anger. It was a cold, deep disappointment that had been slowly freezing over the course of the hour. "My entire life is built around supporting you, Clara. My chair is in this control room. My world is your world. And you tell 10 million people you dream of a studio without me in it." He walked out, leaving her standing amidst the blinking lights and wires of her kingdom. The ride home was silent. The house, usually a sanctuary, felt like a stage set. He went straight to his study, the door clicking shut with a quiet finality. Clara found him an hour later, staring out the window at their garden, the one they had planted together. She didn't speak first. Instead, she placed his favorite mug of coffee on the desk, the one that read, "World's Okayest Husband," a gift from their anniversary. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice small, stripped of its television gloss. "I was so busy being Clara, the host, I forgot to be your wife. I used our real life as a prop, and that was wrong." He didn't turn around. "They were all laughing, Clara." "At us?" "No," she said, coming to stand beside him. They were laughing with me because they have the same silly fights. But I shouldn't have made our fights their entertainment. Our marriage isn't content. He finally looked at her, seeing the fear in her eyes, the genuine regret. The cold anger began to thaw, replaced by a weary understanding. Their life was public, but some things were meant to stay sacred. The trust they built in quiet moments, the unspoken language of a shared glance, the safety of their home, these were not commodities to be traded for ratings. He took her hand. It wasn't a full forgiveness, not yet, but it was a start. A silent promise that from now on, the most important conversations would happen off air, in the quiet of their garden, where the only audience that mattered was each other.